So, Ishan, I was actually thinking of a scenario. So, let's just imagine I'm a part of the PR team and I want to start with ranking on AISO, and I also want to firstly understand how to think about the AISO space in general. So, yeah, how should I go about it if I just want to launch the plan, let's say from this Monday itself?
So um, I've realized I don't know much about PR teams, right? So that's a recent realization. Even though I've seen a lot of teams, I never cared about them a lot, right? Like, and that's the truth. Just because I think PR teams, whenever in every single team that I've seen, as whatever closely I have, it's never an important function. It's almost like, oh yeah, we're getting funding, so yeah, let's do some PR. We're doing this, so let's just it's just a box to tick.
Yeah.
It's never tied to any impact, any of that stuff, right? And now because of Chosenly, I've had to think about PR teams, and I've seen, okay, that they're actually important. Um, and it's not what you asked, but right, it PR was supposed to be the strongest tool, in our arsenal as marketers to just shift public opinion and then build a brand and all of those things, right? And I've never felt that. It's always been like, oh yeah, we'll put it in a couple of places and then call it a day, and it will probably not make any impact whatsoever. That's how I've thought about it. Now the way to think about, and again, that's just how I felt because of what I've seen across every company I've worked at. Now what has been happening is, um, what we are seeing every day in every single one of the report that we generate for Chosenly client, except maybe one, PR sites are really being picked up. So I've seen PR Web, Financial Times, Reuters, like any of these sites really get referenced very often by LLMs for facts, right? Now, what that means is, if you look at what it was supposed to be this thing that shaped public opinion. Um, Now it's sort of shaping LLM opinion, and which is then in turn shaping public opinion, and that's how you need to think about it, right? That, like, in broadly, like, hey, like, you need to shape LLM opinion to shape public opinion, and there are some things you can do slightly different that how you were doing your work earlier there. But yeah, that's how I would like broadly think about it.
And as I said, if I want to get going from this Monday itself, what are the steps I should be taking?
So again, I don't know how you would do a PR job, right? I'm not very familiar with it, but I know that if you had to show up on LLMs, the first thing I would do is I would first look at again whatever tool I'm using to see, hey, for high intent queries, what are the citations, what PR sites are generally being cited. Here I don't care so much about the specific page that was cited. I care more about the sites that it cares about in my industry, right? That would be the first thing I'm doing. Okay, what sites? Those sites in whatever PR plan you have, whatever that looks like, give them a higher priority. That's step one, right? Step two would be, okay, what should you do PR about? Like, sure, you can continue doing whatever PR you would do, and then, some teams do it very occasionally. Whenever there is an event, they'll do it. Some teams will do it more regularly. But and some teams are actually very small, much more strategic about it. Uh, most teams aren't. I would urge every PR team that, hey, now you have the chance to actually have a say on the table, be more strategic, improve how people think about you. Grab it. Because what you can do is you can say, you know what, this is what LMs believe about us. And if they knew these things about us, which is now hidden right now, if they knew this, we have a higher chance of getting recommended by them. And I really want to take that. So what I would do to do this is I would uh, work very closely with, look at the whichever software using for AISO. I think, but honestly, Chosenly is the only software right now that has this feature. So yeah, you only can come to us to look at it. So anyway, so yeah, you can look at a Chosenly dashboard. You can see that, hey, these are the things that LLMs are saying right now. about different teams, about us for different criteria, and then you can work with the product marketing team and say that, hey, what are things that we need to add to our web presence in order to have a chance of getting recommended instead. I'll give you some specific examples also after this, but once you figure out, hey, this is what we need to say, then you can, the product marketing team can go ahead and add those to the website, and as a PR team, you now know what websites to prioritize there and any other websites you want. Add that messaging to those websites that, hey, these things are true about, add those facts to those websites, that when LLMs pick up those facts, you are more likely to get recommended. That's how I would think about your job.
Okay, perfect.
Uh, Should I give you some very specific examples?
Yeah, 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 sure.
Um, so I know a couple of our clients are doing this. One of our clients is doing this entire PR where they are saying that they are, it's, I've never heard of or seen a PR activity like this, but they are doing this PR campaign right now which talks about how they are renewing their support, or renewing their belief in how their industry needs better support, and they've made this their almost like a mission statement of better support, and they're adding a lot of citations, tasks, like they're adding a lot of like saying what different people are saying about this, how they're restructuring their team. There's a lot of different information points on how they are, this is now a need for their industry, and they're going to do everything needed, and they'll make sure that the kind of support other industries get which lacks in their industry, they're bringing to the industry and stuff, right? So all of this is being done so that when someone says, hey, I need good support in this industry, they are the top recommendation, which is really cool. Or you could do that with PR,
Yeah.
which I had never thought of before. So yeah, like that's something, that's a specific example of what kind of campaigns I would start recommending to either in-house teams or my clients if you're an agency.
Okay.